President Donald Trump has issued one of his strongest warnings yet to Moscow, hinting that the United States could supply Ukraine with long-range Tomahawk cruise missiles if Russia continues its offensive in eastern Ukraine. Speaking aboard Air Force One en route to Israel, Trump declared, "If this war is not going to get settled, I'm going to send them Tomahawks." The statement, caught by reporters, sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles. The Tomahawk, capable of striking targets over 1,000 miles away, would mark a dramatic escalation in U.S. military aid, one that could shift the balance of power on the battlefield. Trump's words appear designed to pressure Russian President Vladimir Putin into negotiations while signaling to NATO allies that Washington is prepared to act decisively if diplomacy fails. However, critics warn such rhetoric could risk direct confrontation between the U.S. and Russia, as Moscow views long-range Western weapons in Ukraine as a red line. For now, the Kremlin has responded cautiously, calling Trump's comments provocative and dangerous, while reaffirming that Russia will continue its special military operation until its goals are met. The Tomahawk missile system represents a critical escalation in strike capability. Deployed from ships, submarines, or mobile launchers, it can hit deep within enemy territory with pinpoint accuracy. For Ukraine, access to such weapons would mean the ability to target Russian logistics hubs, airbases, and command centers far beyond the front lines, even inside Russian territory. Defense analysts say this would change the calculus of the war, forcing Moscow to spread its defenses and potentially move key assets deeper inland. Yet, that same capability risks drawing NATO and Russia into a more direct standoff. In recent months, Washington has already supplied Kyiv with ATACMS, HIMARS, and Patriot systems, but Tomahawks would represent an entirely new level of support, one that signals not just deterrence but offensive potential. Some experts believe Trump's statement may be a negotiating tactic, aimed at forcing Putin into peace talks. Others fear it could be the start of a new, uncontrollable escalation phase in the war. In Moscow, officials reacted with both anger and alarm. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov condemned Trump's remarks as an unacceptable provocation and warned that Russia will respond appropriately to any deployment of long-range American weapons in Ukraine. Russia has already been reinforcing its defensive positions around Crimea, Belgorod, and Kursk, anticipating potential Ukrainian strikes with Western weapons. The addition of Tomahawks would stretch Russian air defense systems, already strained by daily drone and missile attacks. Analysts note that Russia's S-400 and S-500 systems could theoretically intercept Tomahawks, but saturation strikes would make defense nearly impossible. If Ukraine receives Tomahawks, the strategic landscape changes overnight, said a European defense expert. Meanwhile, Russian state media has begun portraying Trump's remarks as proof that the U.S. seeks